My name is Chuck Downey, D-O-W-N-E-Y, and I live just a tick up the road from Redstone.
The Crystal River Valley is a gem. It's a historical gem, it's an ecological gem, it's an aesthetic gem.
You can't really beat it, especially when you're out in the water, in the crystal in particular. You just lose all sense of everything else.
One sentence or word. Well, it's a magical title, first of all. It's the Crystal River.
It's impossible to come up with something as meaningless as a word for what the Crystal River is. It's spiritual, it's beyond that.
You know, when we think about the West and the beauty of the West and the ruggedness of the West, the Crystal River is one of those river valleys that is at the top of the list.
You see why it's called the Crystal River. The water is so clean up there.
So a freestone river is a river that is free of dams and diversions. The Crystal is a true freestone.
It just flows where it would like to flow.
Why is protecting the crystal important to you?
Well, water is key to everything.
The Frying Pan and the Crystal were like sister rivers, you know, both coming out of the high peaks.
It comes in two pieces. The first piece is kind of the obvious one. The environmental impact was overwhelming. You've got 4 drainages that drain into the Frying Pan. All of them had their waters tapped and put into tunnels and then piped underneath the Continental Divide to the eastern slope. And then, of course, the dam, Rudai Reservoir. The character of the valley was changed. What in the late 1800s was gold, today that gold is called water.
The Crystal is in danger of the same thing.
That river is threatened right now.
What will that do to a small stream that has minimal flows anyway?
I don't think the Crystal is protected at all.
Go look at what has happened to other valleys and ask, would you be okay if this happened here? And by the way, where would you put that reservoir? Or would you stop at one?
Being able to keep the river free flowing is one of the most crucial benefits of a wild and scenic designation.
Not only protects it, but it also, to me, speaks symbolically of we care enough about our wild spaces that we're thinking about the future, we're thinking about what this is going to mean to generations to come.
If there's anything we could influence is to let the river rest.
My hope for the future of the Crystal is that it remains free-flowing river.
This is a spiritual place and a spiritual river, and it needs to be protected.
It's an extremely special river, and I think the awareness needs to go out farther and bigger to help people realize that it's one of a kind.
Can't assume that it's always going to be this way. We can't think it's just going to be a given without fighting to protect it.
The need for the wild and scenic protection is, on a scale of 1 to 10, it is a 10.
People want to keep the Crystal as it is.
My hope for the future of our Crystal River is that it stays wild.
We are collecting interest from folks on our Crystal River Wild and Scenic website. You can sign up to receive updates.